CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Now at 4, Fort Lauderdale police are searching for a man wanted for an armed sexual battery. This is the sketch of the man police are looking for. Police say the victim was walking in the 1600 block of South Federal Highway when he began to follow her. A short time later, the suspect got out of the car and demanded money. When she refused, investigators say the suspect dragged the victim back to his car and raped her. The woman eventually got away. The suspect was driving a gray Hyundai with dark tint. He was possibly wearing a white T-shirt with dark sweater and long, dark pants. Anyone with information is asked to call Broward Crime Stoppers. Number is 954-493-TIPS. New information this afternoon. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was in Miami Beach. He's talking about homeless camps and signing HB 1365. CBS News Miami's Terry Hornstein gives us the breakdown.
1, 2, 3.
Governor Ron DeSantis celebrating like the Greek in Miami Beach Wednesday. The celebration after signing House Bill 1365 into law.
All right, there it is.
The bill prohibits camping on public property, except in designated areas that won't impact property values or public safety. The areas could only be used for 1 year.
We have to govern this state and our communities with an eye towards what's in the best interest of the law-abiding citizen, what's in the best interest of families who are trying to raise kids.
Miami Beach passing a similar resolution back in October of last year. The mayor called the ordinance passionate legislation.
It helps people. It's increasing funding for shelters. It's increasing funding for mental health treatment. It's increasing funding for substance abuse treatment. This will absolutely help people.
Ron Book with the Miami-Dade County Homeless Trust says the county has done a good job managing the homeless population here at home.
The numbers of individuals experiencing homelessness all across America are going up, except in Miami-Dade County, where we continue to manage the population.
Book says the legislation needs to go one step further.
This is but one piece to the puzzle. Hopefully, shortly, the governor will also sign the changes that were made to the Baker Act that begin to address behavioral health issues that we know we have with homeless individuals in our state.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, what a beautiful shot. We've got really nice weather right now, but we are tracking the timing of some pretty heavy rain moving in later this week. Next Weather, Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera breaking it all down. Hey, Ivan.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, good to see you here on a Wednesday, Naja, for Friday, and now I've extended it into Saturday. The team and I here think really this is going to be a two-day event of heavy rainfall, and the likelihood of flooding has gone up significantly over the last couple of days just from additional model runs. We're looking at now the potential for anywhere from 3 to as much as half a foot of rainfall. Not out of the question that it's a two-day total. Severe storms are also going to be possible here for both Friday and even through the early part of Saturday. So there is the latest here. It's been a while since we've forecasted this much rain in a short amount of time here. So initially, I think the ground will be able to take it. We haven't rained all that much, but eventually, within several hours, I think we'll start getting into flood advisories, if not flash flood warnings by Saturday. Damaging winds. Storm Prediction Center has also put us at a level 1 of 5 for the potential of severe storms with winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. We'll certainly have a windy day on tap, but we could have some cells that turn severe on us. And the potential, there is going to be spin in the atmosphere. I don't think it's overwhelming, but there are isolated tornadoes in the mix here as far as a potential threat. So that is all headed into Friday and Saturday. Just wanted to let you know what's next, because right now things are quiet. 75 degrees. We're looking nice here with low humidity, warm temperatures, and that's going to continue through tomorrow. And this is about how things will look. Just a few fair weather clouds, puffy cumulus clouds. I think a little more moisture tomorrow, some interior showers across the Everglades, but that would be about it. This is our next weather makers we've been talking about here, and you can see the progression of it through Thursday. By the time we get into Friday, of course, it is going to just dive down towards South Florida, and with it some very heavy rainfall likely beginning midday Friday. Some models are a little bit earlier, some are right around the afternoon, but we'll time that out and we'll talk about the precise timing as we get additional data. But just bet for a nasty Friday coming up here for the commute. Not so much for the early morning commute. I think we'll be okay then, but then the strong storms move in late Friday, and that is going to continue into the early part of Saturday until we get to sweep this out. So Sunday looking a whole lot different. Dry, mild, breezy, but very quiet with high pressure building in. Here's the way it's going to look on Rain Tracker through tomorrow. Again, as I mentioned, a couple of isolated showers here. I don't think that'll materialize into a big deal across inland areas, but there comes Friday, 6 a.m., still looking good, and then the system moves in. I mean, look at the blob of red here coming right on top of us, and that is going to continue to lead to some hefty totals here, as I mentioned. So next alert for both Friday now, including Saturday. So if you have weekend plans and if they're outside on Saturday, I would move it to Sunday. It's just not looking like a good day. And then we'll get dry into this nice pattern coming up for next week with temps back north of 80 degrees.
Ivan, thank you. A father is speaking out this afternoon. The FBI now joining Miami-Dade police in the search for the person investigators say shot and killed his son. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch tells us more about the reward that was announced.
The FBI is now joining Miami-Dade police in the search for the killer because they believe that the suspect and his girlfriend crossed the state line as they fled and may now be in either Texas, Alabama, or Georgia. 26-year-old Demetrius Harris was gunned down in July of 2021 after an argument. And now there is a $10,000 reward in the search for the suspect, Joshua Campos. We are hearing from the victim's family. Were very emotional today when they spoke here at Miami-Dade Police Headquarters, as well as the FBI and Miami-Dade Police. That story is coming up starting at 5. We are live at Miami-Dade Police Headquarters in Doral. Peter Dinch, CBS News, Miami.
Peter, thank you. It's a big day at the Broward County School Board. As we've been reporting, Broward County Public Schools are moving towards getting metal detectors in all schools, and that is after guns were brought to campuses this semester. The school board has approved metal detectors at 10 high schools starting next fall. It begins with a pilot program this summer during summer session.
The plan is to do 10 this year and then use the funding possibly from the vape litigation that we received for the other, if you do the math, of 21, and then we'll start going to the middle schools. But we know that high school is probably the first place we need to start. So in a year and a half, it's my expectations that we'll have every 31 schools, high schools, or 612 schools covered with metal detectors, at least three in each unit.
The board right now is having a workshop on the big topic of redefining schools. It will likely result in some closing. CBS News Miami has been following this process. What we learned tonight at 5. Turning now to an update, it's on the case of a former Key Biscayne gymnastics coach. Oscar Olia is accused of sexually abusing 2 of his young students. He did not appear in front of a judge today, but his attorney was there. During the brief hearing this morning, a trial date was set for June 17th. Another update, this one out of Little Havana. Police say the driver accused of a fatal hit and run is facing a judge. 33-year-old Manuel Rubio was given no bond in court today. He was arrested and charged with leaving the scene of a crash along Southwest 8th Street. Now to more on the crisis in Haiti, where the violence is expected to further escalate. Armed gangs are turning Haiti into a war zone as violence spreads into even more communities. It comes as Caribbean leaders work to create a transitional presidential council. The council would be charged with selecting an interim prime minister for Haiti. And our CBS News Miami's Tanya Francois has been working the story from the very beginning. Tonight, a South Florida man returns from Haiti, what he told her tonight at 5. When we come back, Ultra Music Festival takes over Bayfront this weekend. How police plan to keep people safe. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. A major music festival kicks off at Bayfront Park this weekend, and thousands are expected to attend. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten tells us how organizers are preparing for Ultra.
There's a big music weekend coming up. Starting on Friday, that's when the Ultra Music Festival kicks off. About 170,000 people will be in downtown Miami over those 3 days. The festival attracts people from around the world. It also brings some challenges. Drugs have been a problem in the past, along with theft, especially electronics. Police told us at a news conference today, though, that they're ready.
We search everybody as they're coming in to make sure that there's no weapons or illegal items coming in. We search them on the outside. We have undercover officers inside, not only looking for individuals that are looking to prey upon our victims, but any type of suspicious individuals. So we have
about 100 fire personnel will be on hand each day. They tell us that they're ready to respond to any emergency, whether it's drugs or medical. Now, we've also been talking to downtown residents. Some are very excited for the big music festival, while others are dreading it. We'll hear from them beginning at 5. In downtown Miami, Ted Scouten, CBS News Miami.
March Madness is here. The college basketball teams in this year's men's and women's NCAA tournament have been revealed. We want to know your picks. Join us in the CBS Miami Bracket Challenge. Make your predictions and go head-to-head with our favorite basketball fans. Just visit cbsmiami.com, scroll down, and then click on the Bracket Challenge logo. You have until tip-off of the first Thursday game to register. Good luck. I have filled out my bracket. That does it for CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.